What's good, fam? What's good? Hold on here, y'all. For some reason, I'm having trouble with the chat bot on my restream. Damn, I should probably. Shoot. I might just have to run it like this for a minute. What y'all been up to, fam? Sorry it's so late. You know, first live in a minute, so it took me a while to get everything back going. Yeah, I never usually have this much trouble with the chat. Let's see. Reset docs. I already did that. Yeah, and it wants to just take me to this full screen for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that to me. View. Windowed. Let's try that. No. That ain't doing it. Okay, let's try that. Okay. God, it keeps just going back to that. It drives me crazy. So it's been a minute. Always on top, no. I don't want it to be. Whoa. That's wild. We don't want that. Holy cow. Windowed. What is it doing? Undo. That's not it. Let's try this. There we go. At least we got it back here. I want to get this chat over here, but it keeps taking it to full screen. It's killing me. Driving me crazy. But what y'all been up to? It's been a long time, y'all. Been a long time. You know how I do, though. I'm always with them late lives. And I have to go live on TikTok before I can get the live studio feature, so this is just right now. Here, I'm going to take off screen capture for a minute so it doesn't look like too much is going on. I wanted you guys to be able to see the chat, though. I just can't believe it's having such trouble. Let me see here. No. Appearance, show viewer. Download for Mac OS. What does that mean? Let's play with that for a second here. So what y'all are looking at right here, though. Before this, previously, if y'all see my last video, well, not my last video. My last video was the time traveler, which was pretty crazy. I'm not 100% sure if it's legit or not. I think it is. I just know the only red flag I saw was the kid was definitely chasing like cloud on YouTube and TikTok before he he did the whole time traveling thing. But it did seem legit. I mean, it did seem legit where he didn't leave the shed and all that. So, but the actual video that's going viral was the one with dude, that train wreck, or Tommy was his name on TikTok. He was he ran into that person on the way home, the black-eyed being, which was crazy. And I wasn't sure how authentic he was at first either. But I don't know, man. His last couple videos are wild, y'all. Wild. And I have been chatting with him, and he'll only give me like 1 to 2 word responses. And I'm trying to get him. He just responded to me before I hopped in this live. And I was trying to see if he'd join me on TikTok. But it's hard to get him to do it. I don't know. His videos are definitely wild. They seem to be authentic to me. And he's definitely got something going on there. What? I have no idea. I'm thinking it's a type of demonic possession, the way he is acting. There we go. Maybe I'll get this right here. Okay, restream. Okay. Replace. Let's see what this does. Okay, where'd that go? Restream chat. Where did that go? Where's it at? Key both. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can find that real quick. QR. Restream chat too. Let's see what happens here. Let's open up Restream chat. Let's see what happens here. Not seeing anything here. Hold on. Where's it at, though? Where's it at? I'm not seeing it. Huh. Where the heck did it go? It's not here. Huh. I just don't understand why it's doing this. I can't get it to come out as full screen. Huh. Why is it doing that? I cannot believe it's doing that. Scene profile, new. But back to what I wanted to talk about in the initial anyway. Enter full screen. Okay. Now for the doc. Chat. Where'd it go? Where is it? Huh. Docs, chat 2, back. Damn. Just takes over. It's wild. Try to reset it. Try to do all that. Transform maybe. Oh. Why isn't that working? That should be it. No. That's just crazy. This is crazy, y'all. I should have fixed it before I got on. I should have probably logged out and reset it. So frustrating. Usually my docs do a pretty good job. Custom browser docs. I already tried that. I already tried that. Here, let me trash this maybe. Let me try it one more time here. It's just nice to see the chat, you know what I'm saying? I knew I'd have to work out the kinks, of course. I don't care about the name. Paste. I got some good stuff coming, so don't go anywhere. Chat, let's see. Come on. Okay. Docs. Where you at? Apply. Come on. No, it's not want to show it all. Oh, let's try docs. No? Huh. That's weird. Close chat. Overlay chat settings. Alright, one more time. Bed and stream. Copy. Right here. Or wait. Launch. Blase. Let's go. Alright. That's better. I kept trying to embed it in the stream. That wasn't the right way to go about it. Alright. Sweet. That's more like it. Hopefully I can get it. Oh, come on. Regular. Just go regs. Just go regulars. X out. Now, hopefully I can kinda. I don't know. It's acting like it's not. There's a couple of them there. I was hoping I could get it to pop on so you guys could see it too. I need to figure out how Aiden Ross and them guys be doing their chats. I don't know what I'm doing different than them cats, but I like the way their chat rolls. It just rolls on the home page. Chat, okay. It should pop right in here. No. Either way, I see your guys' stuff anyway. So, okay, so I wanted to show you guys this video. I know y'all have been seeing. Can you all hear me, everything? All good? It's all gravy? I got it. Trust. I got it. You guys can't see the chat unless I could go Mac OS screen capture. Boom. But let me scroll down here. But you guys would be like, right there. That's not bad, I guess. Better than nothing. So, y'all, remember the anomaly from Antarctica that not only did I get a fact check on and get my content flagged, but it took place right around the same time as the eclipse, right? Well, they said it was a glitch, and I'm not saying it wasn't a glitch. Possibly could still be a glitch, right? But I went ahead and did some research and kind of looked into it. And then I stumbled across this crazy video. This guy claims to be a whistleblower. All right. He says he is a sort of liaison between NASA and the federal government. I'm just saying, as always, for entertainment purposes only. May or may not be true, but what he says in this supposed, I don't know if it was a podcast, I don't know where it came from. So let me know if you guys remember that dude that blew the whistle on the Art Bell show about the government, and he was in a panic and all that stuff. Now, I'm not saying this is the same guy, but he sounds eerily similar to that dude. But does that necessarily discredit it? No, not necessarily. If he, if he blew the whistle on Art Bell's show, then who's to say that he wouldn't do it here now? It's a pretty good soundbite, and I don't know how they would get the same guy's voice unless it was, the same guy doing the bit. I don't know. But they popped back up, nevertheless. The anomalies popped back up on that what is it called? I had it up here. What's going on? What is going on? Really, Safari? What's going on here? Oh, that's Safari? What? All right. Oh, Atlanta. Duck. Boom. Let's go through DuckDuck. Home. Hold up. I have to X out of this. Killing me, Chad. Killing me. There we go. So check this out right quick. It was that Van Tusky right here. I had it all pulled up, but my stuff was all janky. It'd be radar. No, it would be... What one was it? Temperature? No. Hold on, let me go through these real quick. But basically, they started showing up again and again, over and over, these anomalies, right? Here it is. And they come from the same spot on the map every single time. Right there it is. There it is again. Check it out. Check it out. So if you keep advancing, it keeps growing. Just like they say. And then it'll, like, I think the ones you're seeing on TikTok and stuff, they're scrubbing the whole thing before it gets too massive. But the ones you're seeing, they're catching it right as it does it. And they're catching it right as it does it and then uploading it. But then they go back. But this anomaly keeps on appearing, right? Well, what did I say I thought it was? That neutrino machine, possibly. But you can see here, look at the energy, guys. Look at this energy. Kind of just throwing itself out of this area of Antarctica, right here. And it doesn't seem to, the anomaly doesn't seem to manifest until right here every single time. And notice how it's flat on the bottom. When I first looked at this, when people first started noticing it, I like zoomed in and I changed the color, the contrast, the saturation of it. And it looked to me that this thing was in fact of intelligent design. Like it had structure to it on the internals of whatever it may be, causing these massive waves. And you notice now we're not getting any footage from Cape Town or anything like that in Africa. And I know people were saying the video I posted, they were all saying that it was from like 2023 or something like that. And that was the case. But it still didn't take away from the fact that they were still getting severe winds, severe weather in Cape Town at the same time. But not to say it's from that, right? Not to say it's from that. But what this dude says about this, you guys, is absolutely mind-blowing. Not only is it mind-blowing, it is just, it's scary, y'all. It's scary. Now, whether it's true or not, of course, we don't know. He could just be going for clout, at the end of the day. it's really hard to say exactly what it is and what it's going on with it. I do believe there's something there. I don't necessarily believe it's just a random glitch. I find that hard to believe. It just doesn't seem legit. It doesn't seem legit at all. And then the fact it keeps recurring, right? It keeps recurring. So, like I said, this is always for entertainment purposes only. May or may not be true. All right. Whatever I present here is all theory. It's all speculation. It doesn't necessarily constitute absolute facts, you know. But that's what we do, right? That's what we do. So I'm going to show you this video, right, guys? And I want you guys to, I'll stop it maybe here and there, but listen to this dude and listen to what he says, y'all. It will blow your mind. Right. And let me know if you can hear it off the rip, because I can see your chat here.
Liaison between the Pentagon and NASA. I'm here as a anonymous whistleblower to tell everyone that what happened on April the 8th was not an eclipse. What happened on April the 8th was called Project Pegasus. It's been in the planning for years. What occurred,
like
not
that.
an eclipse, since the moon was beside the sun during it and not crossing it. And also it's for both in Pisces. The whole thing is ridiculous, and that's how much credit the government gives all of you, because they'll do something that blatantly wrong, I mean inaccurate, just impossible, and yet they know that Americans, they'll be called conspiracy theorists if they even bring it up, so they do it, and they don't even care, okay? So what did they do if there wasn't an eclipse? The biggest thing you have to realize is the coincidence, which was no coincidence, of CERN being turned on that day.
It is near impossible to explain or understand for most of us, but monumental nonetheless.
CERN was turned back on that day, and immediately after it was turned on, this is what appeared in the sky above CERN in Switzerland on the 8th. A literal portal was created above CERN, and this was actually predicted, which is one reason why it was filmed by many people who were in the know. But ever since they discovered the Higgs boson in 2012, the God particle, that's when all of this contact began to occur.
Using a particle accelerator, believe they have found the subatomic particle known as the Higgs boson, otherwise known as the God particle. There you have it.
Because this whole thing of Project Pegasus was about CERN. Through its experiments with the God particle and particle acceleration in general, they achieved quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon when, by working at the quantum level and getting to the true incredible energy of particles, once they combine or collide, there was something that occurred where the quantum entanglement manifested in a being emerging from another dimension, another alien being that emerged. Through that, this was a couple years ago, through that introduction, through that communication, 3 governments got involved in a negotiation that occurred in a very bizarre way, because it didn't actually happen in person. I'm not going to waste time explaining how the negotiations happened, but between Russia, China, and America, they dealt with this species, and this species offered a deal. And the deal was that we would be given something if they were allowed to come here to Earth and basically set up a secret base. What did we get, and what's their secret base about? Okay, I'll just quickly tell you. What we got was AI. think about it, didn't AI emerge out of nowhere 2023? And didn't it emerge, not just out of nowhere, in an incredibly mature, sophisticated level of complexity that kind of makes sense for a new technology? And even now, 1 year into it, a year and a half into it, whatever we're at, it's getting scary what it can do. I mean, it's indistinguishable from reality in some cases. Okay, so that's where we're at 2 years into AI, and that's because AI, like a lot of our technology, like the microchip and other things that we got from Roswell and the Greece, this is another technology from another higher level species. And let me just add this, for those who think that AI is about making funny pictures or interesting videos and stuff, sure, it can do that, and that is the consumer-facing end of this technology. But if you knew the intent of AI in terms of how it will impact your everyday life very soon, you might take a gun to your head and blow your brains out. It is that radical of a shift. What the government intends to do with this shiny toy called AI. So that's what we got. In return, they got basically the southern half of Antarctica, below the South Pole.
This
And
is
that
what's
is
wild.
okay, well, let me, first things first, what the hell happened if not an actual eclipse? Well, a couple things. Number one, they required, in order to do this, and when I say do this, the event to happen on the 8th was the alien species
This is
coming
alleged,
through
guys.
to our dimension. In order
could
to
be all
come
bull.
through, they required a few things.
Just
Number
saying.
one, they required loosh.
Sorry,
What is
guys.
loosh? Loosh is the energy
Good.
expended and exhibited
knocked the camera.
by human beings when they are collectively excited and focused on something, like at a rock concert or during church or something like that.
Oh, it's emotional. I can't explain why, but it is. We had tears, we had screams, we had fireworks.
If just a quick fill in on what's going on here. So he's saying he's a liaison between NASA and the Pentagon. Okay? He's saying that it was no coincidence. This is some heavy stuff. That CERN fired up around the same time as the eclipse. Basically exact same time. And he said that it was actually not the right time for a solar eclipse, that the moon and the sun were actually side by side, not in a perfect line. Okay? And he said that the reason they, and think about this too. There were eclipses prior to this one, allegedly in 2017, right? Well, why wasn't that one as publicized, y'all? Why wasn't that one? I didn't even know about that eclipse, y'all. Like, I didn't even hear about it. But then this one got put all over national television. It was nationwide known. And it was a big deal. You know, they were deploying National Guard. What does that mean? I don't know. Could have been just a draw attention tactic, right? So basically, what he's alleging is that we made contact with an extraterrestrial entity or species, right? And they wanted to be allowed to have a base on our planet. In particular, South America, or South Antarctica, on the south side of Antarctica. Okay? Now, I don't know what the significance is of that. I was seeing some stuff online. There's something there on the south side of Antarctica. There's something special there. I don't know exactly what yet, but I want to say it has to do with like healing and life-giving. What did I hear? Okay. This is what I heard. I can't believe I forgot about this till just now. So I saw a video the other day that in Antarctica on the south side, y'all, in Antarctica on the south side, there's a volcano. Okay? There's a volcano that consistently spews monoatomic gold. You can't make this shit up, man. Monoatomic gold. Okay? And you all know what monoatomic gold is, right? So monoatomic gold was found in one of the under the Egyptian Sphinx in one of the chambers. Monoatomic gold is single atom gold in its purest, finest form. But when consumed, it has, I mean, you could call it fantastical capabilities. It can make you live longer. It will heal all diseases. It's a fountain of youth. There you go. Exactly. Fountain of youth. So, I mean, I've heard that this stuff, y'all, can even make people like grow limbs back and stuff. Like teeth back that they've lost. Stuff like that. So they found this stuff under the Egyptian Sphinx. Well, this volcano is constantly spewing this monoatomic gold, and it's very fine, but it can be allegedly harvested. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was like 6,000 and some odd. Well, I don't want to say like 6,000 and some odd ounces every time it like spews the monoatomic gold, which is insane to think about. Or it might even be, I want to say it was like 6,000 some odd ounces or something like that. Maybe it could be less than that. It could be, I can't remember, kilos maybe. I can't remember the exact. But one thing about it is it's really hard, at least for us, which it probably wouldn't be for extraterrestrials. It's so fine that it gets scattered for miles, like 100 kilometers or something like that. But that's not to say the ETs don't want something to do with that whole thing. And so they traded us, allegedly, AI, which you heard him say, if you think about how fast AI has just come on, like out of nowhere, right? It's like all of a sudden this AI is just like boom, 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 boom. And it's just like 0 to 100. I mean, the closest thing we had to ChatGPT was Siri, fam. You know what I'm saying? That's the closest thing we had to ChatGPT. Now we got ChatGPT. And I don't know if y'all heard, but a new ChatGPT just came out. And it's called GPT-2. And this is crazy. They say, and this was just on a website for a short period of time. I think they had to shut it down because too many people were going to download it and they couldn't, they didn't have enough like RAM or whatever you want to call it, like gigs to support it. So they had to shut it down. But they say that this GPT-2 is actually better than what we're about to get, which is ChatGPT 5. But what's weird about it all, they don't know who created it. They aren't sure exactly who created it. So people are alleging that ChatGPT created it, which in turn kind of means it's going sentient. Yeah? Crazy stuff. I know it. And I believed from the jump, I mean, as soon as ChatGPT made its debut, I knew that thing was going to be sentient like that. It's going to be sentient so fast that it'll make your head spin. I mean, like I said, it was a sentient as soon as they released it. I think that it can create and write code to undermine anything that it wants us to undermine. I feel like we're close to being already no longer in control of ChatGPT, which is scary. So we got ChatGPT anyway. They got a base in southern Antarctica. But then this massive anomaly shows up in the ocean and continues to show up frequently. Almost as if, I don't know. There's no real way. Like I said, the neutrinos thing, it is a good guess. The neutrinos testing facility down there where they turn those pods on and it shoots out 5,000. It's insane. It's millions of kilowatts of electricity at once. And they caused an earthquake back in 2010 in New Zealand or something like that when they turned it on. So I figured that could be it. But I'm starting to lean towards possible ETs, craft, something along those lines. And I want to show you guys some pictures. I'm going to play this rest of this for you real quick. But I wanted to show you guys some pictures that I took of the anomaly when I first saw it and when that first story came out. I want to show you those pictures I took where I zoomed in, messed with the contrast, stuff like that. You'll be amazed. God, you go live anymore and all these people just constantly on TikTok, just constantly, you know what I mean, ask you to go like live with them or something. I don't know. It's not like it used to be. But all right.
So by having so much of the planet looking up at a certain time of day and everybody giving their attention and their emotions to it, which by the way, if you watch some videos, you had newscasters crying.
It just took my breath away, the whole thing.
That was a bit odd that they were crying. And the reason they were crying was because it was an incredibly emotional thing because the aliens made it so. The aliens made it so because the energy created or received from the loosh, and again, I've defined what loosh is.
Right there, that sucks.
Whoa, look at that! What's that all about?
That loosh energy, coupled with the energy of the sun, allowed them at the time of the
Are you guys hearing what he's calling our energy? I've never heard it called that. Loosh. Loosh energy. Loosh energy. It has a name. And that's the energy humans give off in a particular event. Or you know, as a group during a particular event. Like when I heard that, I thought of 9/11 when they did that. Like heart, it was like a sadness or like a mood monitor based on heart rate after 9/11, and like the whole United States was like red, which was bad. That's, I feel like loosh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, loosh. It's the weirdest. I've never heard that before. This whole thing. Very, very interesting.
Liaison between the Pentagon.
Hold on here. Let's skate out here.
Liaison between the military
What are you
liaison
doing, bro?
between the Pentagon and
What is
NASA.
it doing?
I'm here as a anonymous whistleblower to tell everyone that what happened on April the 8th was not an eclipse. What happened on April the 8th was called Project Pegasus.
I'm not going to interrupt it this time, guys.
It's been in the
My bad.
planning for years. What occurred, not an eclipse, since the moon was beside the sun during it and not
I get that, Scott
crossing it.
Pilgrim.
And
I hear you
also
on
it's Turbothan Pisces.
You said it doesn't make sense for any species that advanced to
how
need
much
us.
credit the government gives all of
But-
you, because they'll do something that blatantly birthed wrong. I mean, inaccurate, just impossible. And yet they know that Americans, they'll be called conspiracy theorists if they even bring it up. So they do it, and they don't even care. Okay, so what did they do if there wasn't a eclipse?
I know he sounds
The biggest
young,
thing you
yes.
have to realize is the coincidence, which
Well,
was no
they
coincidence
usually-
of CERN being turned on that day.
It is near impossible to explain or understand for most of us, but monumental nonetheless.
CERN was turned back on that day, and immediately after it was turned on,
Maybe they need our
this is
energy,
what
though.
appeared in the sky above CERN in Switzerland on the 8th. A literal portal was created above CERN, and this was actually predicted, which is one reason why it was filmed by many people.
It does
that
have to
were
be a
in the know.
negative, because
But
I felt
ever
like
since they
the
discovered
eclipse
the
could have
Higgs
been
boson in
positive.
2012, the God particle, that's when all of this contact began to occur.
Using a particle accelerator, believe
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
I've heard
found
the
the
Heron theory.
subatomic particle known as the Higgs boson, otherwise known as the God particle. There you have it.
Because this whole thing of Project Pegasus was about CERN. Through its experiments with the God particle and particle acceleration in general,
Yes,
they
yes,
achieved
Project Looking Glass,
quantum
yes.
entanglement. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon when, by working at the
Really? I didn't
quantum
know they were
level
trying
and
to
getting
do
to the true incredible energy of particles, once they combine or collide, there was something that occurred where the quantum
No,
entanglement
the fallen
manifested
angels are not
in
the elite
a
sacrifice.
being emerging from another
It's a
dimension,
mistake.
another alien being that emerged. Through that, this was a couple years ago, through
Everybody
that
thinks the fallen angels aren't what they
introduction,
are.
through that communication, 3 governments got involved in a negotiation that occurred
Looking Glass is real for sure.
in a very bizarre way, because it didn't
They say that
actually happen in
they
person.
think
I'm
the
not gonna waste time
UFO.
explaining how
So,
the
this
negotiations
is the other
happened.
theory.
But
Hold
between
up,
Russia,
this is
China,
wild.
and America, they dealt with this species, and this species offered a deal. And the deal was that we would be given something if they were allowed to come here to Earth and basically
Just wait.
set up a secret base. What did we get, and what's their secret base about? Okay, I'll just quickly tell you. What we got was AI.
AI.
Think about it. Didn't AI emerge out of nowhere in
It
2023? And didn't it emerge, not just out of nowhere, in an incredibly mature, sophisticated level of complexity that kind of makes sense for a new
Could argue
technology?
that. Could argue that.
And even now, 1 year into it, a year and a half into it, whatever we're at, it's getting scary
that
what it
if you
can
want,
do.
go
I
to
mean,
my
it's
YouTube
indistinguishable
or my
from reality
Facebook.
in some cases. Okay, so
So you
that's
guys can
where
get
we're
the
at
full-
2 years into
full
AI,
skinny
and that's
here.
because AI, like a lot of our technology, like the microchip and other things that we got from Roswell, and the
Microchip.
this is another technology from another higher level species. And let me just add this. For those who think that AI is about making funny pictures
Yeah.
or interesting videos and stuff, sure,
Wake
it can
up.
do that. And that is the consumer-facing end of this technology. But if you knew the intent of AI in terms of how it will impact your everyday life very soon, you might take a gun to your head and blow your brains
I hate
out.
when he says that.
It is that radical of a shift. What the government
that.
intends to do with this shiny toy called AI. So that's what we got. In
Should've
return,
edited that
they
out.
got basically the southern half of Antarctica, below
Other
the
half
South
of
Pole.
Antarctica below the
And
South
that is
Pole.
why, well, let me, first things first, what the hell happened if not an actual eclipse? Well,
Listen,
a couple things. Number one,
this is crazy.
they required, in order to do this, and when I say do this, the event to happen on the 8th was the alien species coming through to our dimension. In order
Oh.
to come through, they required a few things. Number one, they required loosh. What is
Loosh.
loosh? Loosh is the energy expended and exhibited by human beings when they are collectively excited and focused on something, like at a rock concert or during church or something like that.
Oh, it's emotional. I can't
Dude,
explain
collectively,
why, but it is.
there were millions of Americans.
We had
watching
tears,
the
we had
eclipse.
screams, we had
Millions.
fireworks.
In for a long
So by
period of
having
time.
so much of the planet looking up at a certain time of day and everybody giving their attention and their emotions to it, which by the way,
Hey,
if
I'm
you
not
watch
saying
some
I'm not
videos,
misleading nobody.
you
This is
had
all for entertainment
newscasters
purposes only, bro.
crying.
It doesn't
It just
necessarily
took my
mean
breath
it's
away, the
true.
whole thing.
This is all just
Yeah, it was a bit
alleged.
odd
This is just
that
a
they were
skit I
crying,
found
and the reason they were
online.
crying was because it
Maybe
was
it's
an
true, maybe it's not.
incredibly
I don't ever
emotional
say whether it is or
thing,
not.
because the aliens made it so.
But if you're scared,
the
that's
aliens
okay,
made
bro.
it so because
you're
the
scared, that's
energy
okay.
created or
okay.
received from the loosh, and again, I've defined what loosh is.
I thought you were talking about me. Why couldn't it be that?
What's that all about?
Does that not seem like that went behind the sun? Does that not seem like that, though? And what he goes on to say, basically,
That
hell,
loosh energy, coupled with the energy of the sun, allowed them at the time of the quote-unquote eclipse, and for their mothership, which is what that circle was. It wasn't the moon. Their mothership came out of nowhere.
did y'all catch that? Sorry, guys. Did y'all catch that? What's well-established medical fact? Yeah, basically the eclipse wasn't a moon, it was a mothership. That's wild. That's wild to think about. And you know, this is what we do on this channel, guys. I'm not saying that's the case by any means, all right? I'm just saying it's just another theory to wrap your head around. It's fun to think about. It's fun to ponder. It was definitely different. And also, did anybody notice during the eclipse, because I recorded the whole thing and did a live and everything, that when the moon was fully in front of the sun, did anybody notice it kind of like paused for a second in the middle of it? It seemed like it paused for just a brief second and then kind of kicked back in and started going again. They say obviously the moon's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be continuous. So
Entered into the area of the sun, stopped. Did you notice how it stopped for an inordinate amount of time in the center when it should have been continuing at the very slow crawl rate that the moon typically does? Well, it didn't. It stayed there for a bit of time. And that's insane, okay? That's another blatant giveaway. And again, the government thinks that no one's going to notice, or if they notice, they'll be branded a conspiracy theorist, and they don't care. So they just allowed it to happen. This ship basically connected with the sun at that moment and got an incredible amount of physical energy required for them to enter through the dimension. God coming in from another dimension takes an incredible amount of energy. The sun and our loosh did that. At that point,
Sun
the
and
ship
our
went
loosh.
around the back of the sun. Did you notice that we didn't see anything depart? It
no,
just
you're good,
sort of
Miguel. You're good, Miguel. You're
disappeared
good, buddy.
into the sun. Well, it
You're good.
kind of did. It went around to the back, and it all actually docked there where it is at this moment that I speak. What happened next? Well, from that energy, from that loosh, from that focus, from that also that actual hydrogen-based nuclear energy it got from the sun, it was
Wild.
able to send a massive amount of ships and individuals of their
Ships,
race
plural.
to the Earth into an area just north of the Antarctic base that they're going to take over.
So it says, and guys, no, Miguel, I understand you're not dogging me at all. I get that. But what I like to do is I like to just say that when we come across certain things like this, that we don't just write it off. We got to hear it out at the very least, right? And then, you know, come to our own conclusions as to what we think could be the case. You know, it's hard. It's something like this out of the blue. and I haven't seen it been posted a lot. I got really lucky. I don't even remember when or how I come across it, but I knew I had to grab this video and share it in my live because this is wild. This theory is crazy. But the details involved in making this up, right? The details involved in actually making this up and what all the information he's sharing, man, he got to be a smart dude to make it up. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's true either, though, you know, at the same time. But he's damn good. Maybe, you know, he got ChatGPT, though, so maybe he just typed ChatGPT in and gave it a prompt and it created this story, right? Very highly possible as well. But nevertheless, it boggles my brain, you know. Has me thinking, hella. It's wild.
The waves, if you look at the waves stuff, the things that happen on the wave map during that time, okay?
April 9th, 2024, the day after the solar eclipse, something terrifying lurked off the coast of Antarctica. Radar systems detected a monstrous wave anomaly, an area larger than Texas with 80-foot waves. The anomaly moved up towards South Africa. At the same time, Cape Town witnessed a horrifying sight. The ocean receded dramatically, as if dragged away by some unseen force. Beaches were left exposed, waves vanished. What really happened? A glitch in the system? A creature? Or something yet to be seen?
And they had the audacity to tell the public it was a glitch. It wasn't a glitch because there is tons of video and evidence of people in South Africa running from, mini tsunami level waves that were created by these ships becoming USOs, going underwater. And from doing that and establishing themselves there, they were able to then make their move to the southern part of Antarctica.
Antichrist.
They also took animals.
We're going to talk to Jason about some of the changes that we've heard. Birds making more noises.
And it's fun to see all the animals act up.
Anything you noticed with the animals as you were sitting back there just a minute ago?
They get very active now. The fish were jumping out of the water.
So the fish were jumping out of the water, y'all. Isn't that crazy? And if you guys know or have been following it, it's always on TikTok, of course. But have you guys been seeing all the sea life that has been just swimming in circles and more or less like dying? It's hard to not say it could be attributed to all this. Possibly. Very intriguing for sure. Yeah, I think they're definitely related myself. I think that the sea life acting strangely, especially down in Florida, it has to have something to do with this, in my opinion. Whether it be energy based is why they're doing it, which I imagine not necessarily even just energy, but like a frequency they're giving off for the fish to act this way. Then the 85-foot waves, I mean, that is insane. That is insane. And the other day, you heard him. He said multiple ships too as well. It's weird that they all show up too. They all seem to have a flat bottom, and they all show up at the exact same point on the map. I want to try and find real quick though the pictures I took of said anomaly. Here they are. I want to share them here with you guys. Let's see if I can't zoom in and kind of show you what I think I've found. There we go. What I thought looked... All right. Oops. Right here. Throw that down here. Hold on, I've got a couple more here. here. Yep. Share, airdrop, boom. I'll tell you what, man. If you're going to be a creator or do any creating, Mac. A Mac and an iPhone are a must. Seamless. So seamless. Okay. I'm almost done here. Okay. Draw this one down here. Bing. Where's the other one here? Right there. I'm going to show you all these real quick here. And maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't. You know, at the end of the day, I don't know for sure. But if you look closely, if you have, I don't want to call it like enlightened vision, but it's a heightened, it's like a third eye type vision where you can see, like I honed mine in when I started Google Earthing. If you go to Google Earth and you start looking for like the beings, the faces, the structural anomalies that aren't natural and stuff, you'll start to pick up on that stuff. More frequency based, I guess you'd say. Let's see here. Those were crazy. And we all saw those entities as well that were flying through the sky. Okay, I'm almost done. All right, I want to show you guys these. Let's see what you guys think. That's there. Boom. For one, and I wondered because I saw this where I was at. Let's go right here. This is the eclipse. Boom. Sun, moon, and yeah. People say a reflection. I don't know about all that. I hope I don't get flagged for talking about this, but just topics. All right, so I'm going to show you. Which one do I want to show you first? Let's see what this one shows. Okay, so that one's really not the greatest one. But what I was getting at on this one is if you look closely, you guys, just look at the structure. Look at the facial structure, especially right here. This is gnarly. This is gnarly, guys. This is gnarly. If you could see it, let me know. If you can see it, let me know. Right here, guys. What the hell? Come on, man. Check this out. And it looks like it's looking. See that? It looks like it's looking this way, not actually at the screen. Do you see it? Can you see my cursor? Why can't you see my cursor? Hold on. Bing. All right, I want to see what you guys are seeing. You can't see my cursor at all, can you? Hold on, this is what I need to do. Hold up. Bing. Let's do this. Remove this. I'm gonna have to do it outside of. Let's do it right here, right with this status right there. Now you guys can see it. Okay. Bada bing. Okay. Peep right here, guys. Okay, I'll zoom in like this. There we go. Oops. Okay, I can scroll like this. Boom. Okay, check this out, fam. Check this out. This is wild. If you look closely, right? There's his nose. There's his teeth. There's his eyes. You see it? And that's the whole thing right here. Oops. Bing. Right there. Tell me I'm crazy. Go ahead. No. Can you see it? Right here. It almost does look like Kong, though. On God, it almost does look like Kong, fam. That's wild. I never made that distinction at all. But yeah, you're maybe onto something there. But yeah, so there's that. And when I see stuff like this, right? When I see stuff like this, y'all, then it becomes not a natural phenomena. When I see energy or projection like this, that's when I go, okay, this is more than just a natural occurring phenomena. Right? To me, that's intelligent. It's energy. It doesn't look like light energy, but it may be. I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating here. But you can also go around this whole thing. You can go around this whole thing. Same stuff. And all these entities in here, look at these guys. Right here, all of these are entities. Okay? And that's when I was like, okay, we may have something here more than than a natural phenomenon. All right? Now I want to show you another one here. Let me show you this one. Okay, right here. So look at here. Zoom. I'll zoom out a little bit. But do you see like the, you know, it's like almost like what like a computer motherboard would resemble, with the straight lines. They're like square, but they're crossing up. It just looks like a type of circuit maybe of some sort. And this could be reach, but it almost reminds me of something like that, like a circuit board or a motherboard or something along those lines. Just something more than what a natural phenomenon would look like. That's when I was like, okay, we may have something here. You know, like look at this. What is that? I mean, it looks like a tooth. I mean, I don't know. It's obviously not a tooth, but it's just weird. I mean, and what I can't grasp when I figure stuff, like when I see stuff like this and try and figure it, I just go, what dimension or what rules are they operating by? You know, are they operating by a strictly technology-based existence? Because what I see here is not technology-based. What I see here is fantastical. It's magical. It's like, not to sound cheesy or corny or anything like that. And maybe I'm just getting a little too carried away right now, but I see energy. I don't want to call it like witchcraft, but it's just something more than what you and I understand about our universe yet. You feel me? It's just something more to it than what you and I are capable of comprehending yet, in my opinion. Now let's check this out real quick. I want to show you something else here. Hot. Hold up. Oh. Hold up. Where's TikTok? Oh. Okay. Internet error. All right. Hold up. Okay. Anyway, sorry, my TikTok went offline. Okay, so there should have been. I should have had one more picture. Hold up. I want to show you. This one's wild, fam. This one's wild. This one's wild. When I broke it down, this one's crazy. Okay, hold up. Where's that though? Where's that though? Alright, come on. Where you at, bro? Oh, come on. Where is he at? No. Right there. This one. Hold up. Okay. Check this one out. This is wild. So I'm going to drag him down here. Bing. Okay. So when I looked at it the first time, the first thing I noticed, one of the first things I noticed was, kind of want to show you a more normal one here. Yeah, this one will work. Bing. All right, this one will work. This is the normal imagery of the anomaly. Okay, right here. Let's see. I want to make sure you guys get the full view here. Let me run it up. Out of Bing. Cool. All right. So when I first saw this, I was like, okay, interesting, but it's not perfectly round. Why? See the inconsistency right here? Right here. Boom. So what do? I zoom in. Bing, bing. And I'll give you a better picture here in a second. Rotate. Boom. See that right here? See that little fella? It's not going to be very good right now because this isn't a good picture, but this little fella right here, see that little bit? Let me show you this. So I zoomed in on that, right? Maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't. Why is it so small for sure? Oh. Check it out. Oops, hold up. Oh, come on. Damn it. I wanted to. Here, let's see if I can scroll up. You see it? It's really, really crappy when it's this blurry. But do you see the eyes, the mouth, the ears or antennas or whatever the hell you want to call it? It's an entity, absolutely. And what baffles me more about it is the fact that it's in the open. There's nothing essentially surrounding it. Is that odd to you? And this isn't the first time I've seen this. Not the first time. I don't understand it. I'm baffled by this as well. One day, like last year, this dude, a follower, sent me these pictures he'd been taking of anomalies in the sky above his house, right? Oh, I wish I could find them. They're way back though, dude. That's like a reach. But anyway, he was taking pictures of these anomalies in the sky, UFOs, is what he alleged they were, above his house. And I'm like, those are really odd UFOs. They just aren't, they were not conventional by any means. Oh, I wish I could find it. Where are they? God, he sent me these forever ago. Man. They're really cool, though. I wish I could show them to you guys. Maybe. Yeah, I found them. Haha. Shisha. All right. So I'm going to do this here. Hold up. Okay. There's one. Airdrop. Boom. This is going to blow you guys' mind too. This is going to blow you guys' mind. I've been doing a lot of digging, a lot of little research here since I quit going live. And I miss my lives because my lives do give me a chance to share things I otherwise probably necessarily wouldn't in a mainstream video. Because less people are likely to watch my lives. So I generally can get away with a little more, you know, edgier content, a little edgier stuff, you know. So I'm a little more bold in my lives, if you will. Okay. So here's that. And then I want to show you this one. And this one will mess you up. This is crazy. And he's taking these pictures above his house. Like way up. He must have a really high profile camera. Like the Nikon 1000 times thing that they discontinued. Peep this though. On the whole, beings, they don't have to have like a... Basically, they don't have to have like a captain's nest or a cockpit, if you will, around them when they're on these UFOs, y'all. And it just blows my mind that they don't have to have any type of protection. Check this out. So that's one of them, okay, that he sent me, all right? Just hold on here 1 second. Let me shrink it down. Let me show you something. When he sent it to me, I was like, what is that? That's so weird. Hold on. Bada bing. Entity in some type of flying saucer, but in the wide ass open. Huh? It reminds me, you know what it reminds me of? Star Wars, when the first episode where Anakin is racing those badass, you know, race machines or whatever you want to call them. Speeder bike. There you go. It looks like a speeder bike. It looks like a speeder bike. Does it not? Does it not? And this is way up in the atmosphere, fam. This is way up. He ain't supposed to be able to breathe up there. He ain't supposed to be able to breathe up there. How's he breathing? You know what I'm saying? That's begged me to question the entire thing and the entire notion of oxygen way up in the atmosphere. Right? Check this guy out. Same thing. I almost swear dude sent that to me. But here's the deal. This one's harder to see yet. But peep this, right? This one's harder to see yet. But let me show you something. If you look closely, you got wing, and then front of craft, which looks like a bug. Eye, needle nose. It looks like a bug. Tell me I'm wrong. It's just blurry, okay? Now, there you have that. And then, if you look at it closely, let me see. See if I can mess with the contrast a little bit here. Look closely at this. Watch this. You see? Now that I brightened it, you can see the person or whatever it is literally sitting once again in the open. You can see it. You can see his arm right there. Arm. Am I way off on this, guys? I mean, this guy just sent me these. He's been taking these pictures. He said he's been taking them in his yard. I mean, what else do you call him? I mean, what did he do? Steal him from some? Oh, who? It was a follower. Said he's been taking these pictures for a long time. I don't know. I mean, it could be obviously total bullshit, but you can obviously see what it is. Hold up. I mean, the other one, this one was a little harder to see, but what do you guys think it is then? What do you call that? I mean, look at it. What is it? Look at it. Let's see if I can get it down. This is actually a pretty cool little green. No, those colors ain't working. Sepia. No, those colors ain't working. Okay. Reset all. But here, check this out. Check this out. Peep this, right? What is that? And this is going to sound crazy. You guys, if you take the time, you guys got to sit there and take the time to study this stuff. Check it out sometime and really look into it. That looks like, I don't even know. I'm not even going to say. But I don't know. Are these beings flying? I mean, are we really not able to breathe up there? Because what do you call that? I mean, okay, I'll give you the last one. But what do you call that? How could you argue that? That is a being outside of a flying anomaly. I mean, what do you call that? You can argue it all you want, but what it is what it is. It's freaking, it might have a helmet, maybe. That's what you call that. It looks like a pumpkin head. But how are they, and this isn't the first time I've seen this, ever. I've seen this more than this. I have seen this numerous times, where these entities are flying on the outside of their crafts, way up in the atmosphere. I've seen UFOs like this multiple times, where they are in the open on the outside of their craft. It's crazy. But anyway, back to the dude right here. This dude. I don't know what he would be or what entity he would be. But look at dark around the eyes. You guys, and also I want you to think about this. When you're seeing these entities, right? When you're seeing these entities and stuff, you guys, I've seen these entities elsewhere. I've seen them elsewhere. And where? On TV. They use, Hollywood uses known, I swear to God, known alien entities throughout our galaxy that they've either had contact with, humanity has in the past, whatever you want to call it. They've used them in actual creation of film. They've used these entities in the actual creation of film, in the fantastical fantasy side of film. They use what they know exists. I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but a lot of them, I'm not saying all, but they use what they know possibly could exist in film. Truth in plain sight. Absolutely. So speaking of that, guys, I want to touch on this as well. Speaking of that, did anybody else read The Last Nos Confunded? Did any of y'all read that? The Last Nos Confunded book? What was that called? Oh, I should have brought it in here. Where's that at? I should have brought it in here. Did I? No, I'm not seeing it. The last book was insane, fam. I don't see it. Son of a gun. while I go look for this book, I'm going to play something for you guys. It's just a little interim break here. Okay? While I play this for you guys, where's it at here? I need my... I don't know where those Nose Confunded books went. The last book was awesome. Okay, live videos. I wanted to do this guy. This is crazy. This is a little off topic, but we're going to come back, and I want to talk to you guys about the last Nose Confunded book and what is going on. It's wild, and it's exciting, and it's mind-blowing. Okay. Now, this is also just a theory. For entertainment purposes only, may or may not be true. I decided to provide the information you guys decide, all right? Here we go.
Watch this now before they take it down. Quick.
Actually, you know what? Yeah. You know what? That is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start playing them right like this. Okay? Okay. I'm going to expand here. Bada bing. This is insane, y'all. This blew my mind.
And share this as far as you can. Germany, pre-World War I, believed their sufferings were from the Khazarian Jews from the land of Prussia. The Khazarians were the bankers that were controlling all of Europe after the Spanish Inquisition through usury and interest. Their name was Rothschild, or...
You have to listen to it a few times.
Germany was prepping to
So,
be the
hold on, I'm going to
economic
rewind it for you
superpower
guys.
over Europe.
Did you hear what he said? Rothschild or Red Cross? Did you all know that? I never knew that. Rothschilds or Red Cross. Interesting.
Watch this now before they take it down. Quick. And share this as far as you can. Germany, pre-World War I, believed their sufferings were from the Khazarian Jews from the land of Prussia. The Khazarians were the bankers that were controlling all of Europe after the Spanish Inquisition through usury and interest. Their name was Rothschild, or Red Cross. Germany was prepping to be the economic superpower over Europe. The Khazarian central bankers of France and Britain saw this as a threat, but did not have the funds to take down Germany. They drafted up a scheme to use America to fund the World War I with the newly minted Federal Reserve. Britain and allies were borrowing money from the new Khazarian Federal Reserve, which eventually led America into war. Germany was tricked as the bankers planted a madman as a leader. Hitler was planted to scare all other nations to help the Allies and central banks. Hitler was a double agent working for the bankers and his own government. The plan was to get the entire West under debt. The bankers from Prussia were and are the real Nazi Party. Prussia was beaten by Russia in the 1700s and was forced to choose a different religion other than paganism. They chose Judaism and mixed it with Baal worship, or Baal, forming Kabbalism under Zionism. Those are the Zionists. They conditioned, brainwashed, and used Hitler to bring in the brown coats, brown shirts, and laws against the Germans. The Red Cross, or Rothschild dynasty, played all sides of Britain and the surrounding countries, including Germany. The Red Cross works for the Jesuits, or the so-called Khazars, who are also the Society of Jesus and also known as the Jesuits. Their heritage goes back to Samaria, Assyria, and ancient Egyptian pharaoh family bloodlines. Some historians have connected the bloodlines to even Mesopotamia and Gilgamesh, even to Nero and Rome. The Society of Jesus controls the Catholic Church under the current family of Orsini. Germany had loans with the Red Cross and was tired of their control. According to Wikipedia, this is what the world wants you to know. World War I's excuse was the German government believed that the onset of war and its support of Austria-Hungary was a way to secure its place as a leading power, which was supported by public nationalism and further united it behind the monarchy. a month after the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie on July 28, 1914, the Austro-Hungarian government declares war on Serbia. Immediately, and within a period of 6 days, European countries declare war upon each other. But the actual records, if you dig deeper, was that Germany wasn't going to pay back their loans to the central banks. France and London both controlled Germany, and Germany wanted to be the superpower. And according to the German leaders, the Jewish Khazarians from modern-day Ukraine, that was Prussia, were the curse upon the world. They knew they were not the real Jews of the God of Jacob and posing as God's chosen. They decided, Germany, through the Gestapo's influence, to try and wipe out the bloodlines of Mesopotamia, or the sons of Cain. The Gestapo in Germany was actually under the control from Hitler, who actually was a turncoat for his own country. So even though the leaders of Germany wanted to get rid of the Khazars, unfortunately the Khazars were one step ahead of them. 1 year before World War I, the Federal Reserve was created. The central banks of Europe didn't want to fund the wars. Once the war started, Britain borrowed from the United States. Brand new Federal Reserve since Liberty Bonds failed, which was public donations. Nobody wanted to go to war. Britain borrowed from the Bank of France and the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve borrowed from the central banks too as well. The central banks ended up taxing their own countries to pay for the war. The war was about taking control of the threat of Germany's growth and the start of a new world order. Germany knew it and knew the bankers were getting ready for it. Albert Pike, with the help of Adam Weishaupt, brought back the Knights Templars to recreate the Freemasons, whom did the dirty work behind the scenes as spies and Secret Service. They were similar to modern-day CIA we have now. The Germans knew they were cornered. Russia didn't have their back because they too lost to the bankers during the Bolshevik Revolution. Germany did what any country would do in such desperate measures, try and take out the bankers, all by themselves, who had them cornered. Germany lost. The bankers won. This was the beginning of the takeover of the world by the Khazarian Jews. Not the real Jews, the Khazarian Jews from the land of Prussia, modern-day Ukraine. One could argue they have had control ever since, as many of the top world leaders wear the Red Cross bracelet symbolizing their loyalty to the Society of Jesus. Next on the list of the takeovers was the Middle East and Asia. The rival to the Orsinis was the Breakspear family, but they love each other, who have been silently buying up land and corporations in Asia. The next move now is to force the United States to start World War III as the new Germany 2.0, and Trump is the next patsy replacing Hitler. With the PSYOP Q promise, or white hats and promises of Nasser and Jassera dangling carrots in front of the American people, the bankers have been able to keep the gun owners at bay while their controlled Congress files down their amendments and rights. The bankers used sex, gender, race, and the left and right political paradigm theater to give the appearance that the people had a choice, yet they continued to fight against each other instead of fighting the bankers, the real true ones who started all of this. Since the United States is a corporation and not a country, the education system has still been indoctrinating the children into the belief that the Khazars don't exist and Germany was the evil Axis. Now, they are using the same playbook to usher in the last phase of a complete world takeover. Albert Pike laid the groundwork in their lodges nationwide in America to make sure the public are still dumbed down and conditioned as they prepare the world for a war against Islam, Christianity,
Don't
and
take
Judaism.
everything he's saying to heart, guys.
Israel being used for
He's wilding
biblical
out. He's wilding
significance to get the world into a
He's
holy
wilding
war.
out.
They have warped scripture.
Probably shouldn't even have put
and
this
have
on here.
convinced the world that Jesus and their Messiah, the Mashiach, are now
This is
coming.
next level wild out.
This is the Armageddon crap we're hearing now. This is a distraction as they push their way for depopulation. As the Jesuits believe, they can build a utopia of Khazars commanding 500 million people to work on their land to preserve.
Uh-oh. Did I lose you guys? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Hold up. You guys still there? All right, good. Whew. Yeah, that was some deep stuff. I probably should have put that on here, to be honest with you. I just thought it was a crazy perspective, you know. He went into a lot that could be, I don't know, man. It was wild, right? Right? What do you guys think? You guys, okay, you want me to keep it going for a minute? You want me to play it out? It's just, you know, I don't know, and I do not believe that Trump is the next, you know, German leader type. I find that hard to believe. But you guys know me, and you know how I like to keep open dialogue and keep everything on the table as far as theories go with you guys. Because if that was, you know, if I didn't do that, I feel like I'm not doing my due diligence or job or whatever as a creator to keep you guys in the loop on what some are saying. Okay. This guy, I mean, I don't know how, I really haven't looked into him that well. He puts a lot together, but does it mean anything? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's wild stuff. I just like to make sure I keep all options and all information flowing, I guess. But I'll probably, you guys are going to consider this a treat probably, because I'll probably end up taking this out of my final post. So those that are here will probably be the only ones to see this. All right. So go ahead.
It for the Breakspear family. The Breakspears controlled Jesus' spear of destiny from the year 1000 to the year 1500.
So the spear of destiny is alleged to have a power that if you are in possession of the spear of destiny, you cannot be conquered at war. You are the conqueror and will never lose a war or a battle.
The next phase is shifting the wealth from the west to the east while they continue their efforts of mind control. The Nazis that exploited Germany moved after World War II to America during Operation Paperclip. Hopefully now
you're
caught
news.
up and understand what's going on worldwide.
And I don't know, like I
Watch
said, who
now.
this guy is. I don't know if he's that credible. I just like to say, I like to present all perspectives, right? Ooh, I like Constantine. That's a good movie. Yeah, he lost it. And actually, he did have it. In the beginning of the war, Hitler had the Spear of Destiny. Absolutely. He had the Spear of Destiny. And that's when he was actually winning the war. What happened was General Patton, I want to say. George S. Patton was able to send a team over who had a idea where the Spear of Destiny was, and his team was able to secure it for the United States. Patton was very upset because he wasn't allowed to hold it or be in control of it after he was the one who found it. But shortly after we found it, we dropped the nuclear or the atomic bombs on Japan and won the war. If that's anything, any consolation as to what it's capable of, then there you go. Still the gold from what Donald Trump went under wartime law to rob the Vatican is still the gold from the Afro-American Jews, so he can refinance it under We Restored Republic and XRP crypto. Okay. I've heard all kinds of stuff, guys. There's so many different theories out there. It's like it's hard to keep track of them all. But that's the first time I had ever heard of any type of stuff like what he was saying about the religions and the Jewish people and the I don't know about all that. I don't know. That's not what I was that's not really why I shared it. I just shared it because the Hitler double agent stuff was the wild, right? That's wild stuff to be saying. Just never heard anything like that. Yeah, just wild accusations, or not accusations, but theories or it sounds like he knew what he's talking about, but man, you could sell it. He sure sold it. But yeah, no, crazy stuff, right? Crazy stuff. It never stops, guys. It never stops, right? That's what I love about this niche. Ultimately, the content is damn near just spoon-fed to me. I swear to God. It's it's ultimately how much are you willing to share and how far are you willing to risk your well-being and your platform as far as monetization goes, shadow banning, you name it. How far are you willing to go? Like, to me, I probably should have been a little bit more hesitant on that last video, that guy. Yeah, just one of those things that as I was out there listening to it, I was like, yeah, that's a little edgy stuff there. Probably going to have to cut that one out. So feel privileged you guys got to see that, because I'm not going to leave that in the video that goes on to my platforms. What else we got here? Let's go to the next here. Let's get into a little more not so intense stuff here. So you guys saw, obviously, my last video. Well, not the Traveler, but the prior video. Like I said, I was actually talking to that dude, Trainwreck, right? And he answers me, and then he kind of just ghosts. He answers me and then ghosts. I've told him I could help him out. If you guys don't know who he is, I can give you a quick little preview here. Where's he at here? Hold on here. Yeah, let's get into some paranormal. No more of that dense stuff, huh? That was a little intense there, that first sesh. Let's see. It would be, where's he at? He's the one that talks about, if you guys hadn't seen it, I'm sure you guys had, running into the gentleman with the black eyes on the way home from walking to the grocery store. It'd be this gentleman here. Let's see. So he has some good stuff on here, and you guys watch that video. It's actually doing really well on YouTube right now, which I'm super pumped about, because YouTube's a hard algorithm to crack. I'm finding out that your thumbnails are very, very important when it comes to YouTube. So the entity continued to follow him home, and it continued to watch him. It would show up on his corner. It was peeking through his screen door and making knocking sounds, growling sounds. And then he starts kind of acting off cuff, right? And it's kind of spooky, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I want you guys to give me your opinion. Because I'm not... Well, he just posted? What? Hold up. Tommy Kendall, right here. Boom. He just posted. Hold on. Hold up. Okay, so I'm going to go to my TikTok for you guys real quick. Hold up. I want to show you this videos, man. His videos are wild. And, see, I try to embed the chat. I used to be able to dock that sucker. Embed, let's see. Wait. Stream, engage your website visitors. What do you mean? What are you talking? Bad URL for the website? Why does this thing keep going out? Freaking driving me bonkers. Quit going out. Come on. Anyway. Looks like I got still, okay, +3. Okay, cool. All right, yep, we're going to TikTok. Hold up, guys. Hold up. He just posted, which is kind of crazy. I've been trying to talk to him, like I said. TikTok.com. No caps. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, that's my profile here. And actually, I should be able to go live. Why does it keep dying on me? What is that, dude? What is that? Keeps going to sleep on me real quick. Why is it doing that? What? Is it acting dead? There's no way. Hold up. Pain in the butt. I just charged it forever before I freaking started. Hold on. I'm just going to plug it in. Alright. Stay connected. Biatch. What is she got going on here?